Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to use a few things I've got hanging around in the refrigerator that I don't want to throw away, and I had to think of something creative. So we're going to have kind of like a Swedish meatball dish, and so I'm going to do it outside because it's hot, and cook the majority of it out on the grill on the side burner. I could do it in here too, but I think we'll do it outside, and then I can do my other chores while I'm cooking. So if you like this, come along for the ride and let's see what happens. I'm just gonna throw this together. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna add or take away, but I'm gonna start with ground beef. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you stayed. Okay, so what I have here, I decided that I was gonna use some white button mushrooms. I use those. I definitely am going to need a bigger bowl for the meat. I can see that already. I don't know why I just don't start with the huge bowl and move on, but so we'll go ahead and put that meat down in there. And that's a grass-fed 12% fat ground beef. It's so good. It's just the difference between, or I guess really in chicken and beef both, the ones that aren't just crammed full of hormones and steroids and all that are so much better tasting, better for you obviously, but this grass-fed beef is absolutely delicious. So I've got some pasta water going because I am going to have this over pasta. We're going to try just regular pasta today. And so this parsley, I have not been able to buy flat leaf parsley in the store in a couple of weeks, it seems like. And I don't know what the deal is. They got plenty of cilantro and curly, but no flat leaf. So, but this came out of my garden. I'm so excited. So I'm going to put that down over the meat. That's going in there. And I might clip a little bit for garnish later, just so it's pretty. And I'm going to get these button mushrooms sliced up. And what inspired this dish actually is yesterday I did some canning. And I canned some London broil beef tips, and the stock that I made to go over that in the canning jar, I couldn't bring myself to throw it away. It was so good. So it had a little bit of red wine in there, and I thought, oh, I need to do something with that. So I'm making kind of almost a beef stroganoff, but we're doing it with meatballs. So we're deconstructing a couple different dishes. And yeah, we're gonna have, instead of, going and buying London broil and going through all that process, I thought, oh, we'll just have stroganoff this way, only we're really having a Swedish meatball over, I believe we are having rigatoni tonight. And this will be something I can also share at work. And so, and you know how mushrooms cook down. They're not going to be near this big when they're done. So, rinse my knife. And moving on. Okay, so I should put that, see, I should have kept that other bowl for the mushrooms. That's okay. We will put the mushrooms in this smaller bowl, and it'll be delicious. Okay. Now that's going to go out and get sauteed after I have started the meatballs. It's going to be so delicious. Okay. So I've got an egg from the hen house, and let's see. Let me see. And there's that stock. Doesn't that look good? It just tastes amazing. There's red wine in there. There's beef stock. There's garlic and onion and a little balsamic vinegar. Some, what else? Oh, the kitchen bouquet. Because it's just a great browning sauce. Anyway, I couldn't throw it away. So I'm going to put a big, healthy, teaspoon from our silverware drawer of my homegrown garlic powder. And we are going to do, instead of the Himalayan salt, we're going to do black truffle salt, about a teaspoon. Bring some of the moisture out of that meat. Actually, it'll help render the fat more than anything. I don't want to keep all that fat in there. Although fat does mean flavor. Okay, and then a healthy teaspoon and a half. We'll say a healthy tablespoon of herb de Provence. And we are going to crack an egg down here because we want to make sure we have that beautiful fresh egg. It'll help bind the meat together. The fat should really help this too. Let's see if I can find it. If I have a glove handy or if I have to go digging. Looks like I'm digging. Hold on. I was going to use that burger in spaghetti sauce, and I ended up doing something else. Some fun test recipes I've got coming up for you guys using the stove tech, and it'll be fun. So just giving you ideas for some one-pot meals. So I'm going to go ahead and add 2 of these little Hawaiian rolls. I don't know, can you see that? You can buy them in little 4-packs, and or you can buy it, a big bunch of them. These are just ready to go, and so I'm just gonna break those down up, crumble it down over. It'll get broke up. It'll also help bind it. It'll be my breadcrumb part of it. And I could put it in the little bullet machine, but I don't need to. There you go. Fingers do wonders when given enough time. All right, so then I don't waste those because I didn't really have a use for them other than this. So now I'm going to break that egg yolk and go ahead and just incorporate, and I forgot the pepper. Darn it. Well. That was a dilemma. Now I'm dirty. It smells good. Might have to just pepper the outside of these meatballs because I'm not re-gloving for that. Although I do have to get a glove on the other hand to roll them. And that's really all you want to do is incorporate everything. Make sure it feels good. It doesn't feel loose and like it's not going to hold together for you. And then you're ready to roll meatballs. And so, grabbing myself a glove here. This just makes it really fast and easy. And so, I don't need these big giant meatballs. I just want a little smaller than a golf ball. And get all the air pockets out of them so they hold together really nice. And there there you go. We're gonna continue the rolling party, and I can't turn you off, so you're gonna have to stay along for this ride. I can always edit it out, but let's see. You want them kind of even so they cook, you know, about the same rate, speed-wise. You don't want one part of your meatballs getting done before the rest of the dish. That wouldn't be good. And there we go. Okay. See, it's pretty fast. And it'll be enough for, oh gosh, it's gonna feed us for a couple of days. Although I say that, and then, you know, the way my husband's schedule has been, he almost has to take lunch and dinner to work. So stuff goes faster than you think. And I take a lunch every day. And so saves us a lot of money. I watch the girls at work, some of the girls at work, at both jobs, actually more one job than another, but eat out all the time. And I'm just like, first off, I don't like it. So I guess I'm blessed in that department because I don't want to eat out. And it's so expensive. I don't know how they afford it when, you know, sometimes they're running from paycheck to paycheck. So, all right, I will take these gloves off. I'm gonna get these, actually I'm gonna saute the mushrooms after I do the beef, so, and it's just gonna be putting it together at this point. Put some pepper down on those. They're just screaming for some black pepper. Oh. And that's good to season them. Okay, so I will take you outside and we'll get busy out on the grill. Or beside the grill. Okay guys, check it out. I got a wok. It's not an expensive wok, but until I find the one I want, I really want a cast iron one, but until I find that, for a price I can afford, this is gonna have to do. So, I am excited. I am just gonna get these meatballs right down in this wok. And I've played with it a couple of times, so you'll be coming along for a ride or two on wok cooking outdoors. Hint, hint. Anyway, so I'm gonna let those get started, and I'll get them turning and stuff. I'm gonna start watering the garden. So, anyway, and we'll get you over here. There we go. Yum! Doesn't that look good? It looks good already. And all we're doing is cooking. It's a little breezy out, so I hope the wind doesn't bother you. Alright, I'll be back when I got a little more going on. Oh, I wish you could smell that. Nothing better. Okay, these meatballs, you can smell them all over the yard. They're nice and brown, and that's what I wanted. And you can see it's not too fatty. 12% fat is just perfect. It gives you enough that you've got moisture to the meat, and it's not dry and fall apart, but I'm not going to have any excess in the bottom of the pan. And I want you to see that close up, so make sure you can see there's no excess fat in the bottom of that pan. I don't have to drain anything off. And those are good. Okay. So now I'm going to get you in the right position. I am going to drop my mushrooms down. Yum. And I may have to add a little oil. I'm not sure. We'll see. Just toss those about and let those start breaking down. Sometimes you might, you have to add a little butter, or maybe I'll add some garlic infused olive oil. But I'm going to saute those along with the beef now. And I actually, just so you can see, because we have wind and the wok didn't want to sit on that burner very well. So what I did was I got my StoveTech sleeve that it keeps the heat in, it keeps the wind out, and the wok sits perfectly right down on it. Just amazing. I love all my fun outdoor cooking items. I love cooking outside. What can I say? All right, so we're gonna be back when these mushrooms are broke down a little bit. And I gotta go water the raised bed. While I'm watering out here, I actually got another 8-ball zucchini. Went in and cut it up. We're having zucchini with this too. There's nothing wrong with that. I just love summer vegetables, and that's the only time really that we eat zucchini, because I believe they're all GMO in the store. All those, I don't know. I just don't trust what's out of season very much, and so we just try to eat in season. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I always do that, but I try to as much as possible. So I really savor having the glut of zucchini. And in fact, I could use a little bit more, but we'll see what happens with this sauce. And I've turned it down a little bit, so it smells so good. I'll turn it back up now that I'm attentive, and we'll just keep stirring this around. The mushrooms are all nice. I did not have to add any added fat, so we're staying a little bit healthier. And I'll show you what I'm adding next time. Okay. See, it's a, you never know what might go in here. We're just using what we got today. All right, guys. All right, so now I've got, this is sauteed just like I like it. I'm gonna go ahead and put that delicious broth that I made right down on this. And it's gonna cool it down a bit, but I don't care. I don't care. It's gonna end up just absolutely delicious and creamy. And I've got pasta waiting, and it's going to be wonderful. I needed this to come up to a good rolling, not a rolling boil, but, a good heavy simmer and boil. We need to finish cooking the meatballs. I want them cooked all the way through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a brick of low fat, well, it's a third reduced fat, cream cheese. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding, Linda? Yes, I'm serious. And we're going to just make this sauce even richer. And that sauce that I threw in there was delicious already, but now it's got all the beef flavor from the meatballs, and it's really delicious. So you just have to break that up. It'll look like it's it's broke for a while. We're gonna warm that all the way through, get that broke up really nice and melted down. And when we get that incorporated, then I will go ahead and thicken it up. So that's what I'm doing. Yum. Who doesn't like cheese? To make a sauce, stand up and pay attention. All right, so now I've got the cream cheese is all incorporated, and it, because it's lower fat, it takes a minute to break it all down smooth. If you put sour cream in there when it was boiling, it would do what they call break, and you would have just these little pieces, and that wouldn't be pretty. I'd add sour cream at the very end, but so I do want to thicken this a little bit, so I'm going to add some Wonder Flour, because that can be put in by itself while it's boiling, and you don't have any clumps. This wouldn't be a cornstarch application necessarily, and I say you wouldn't have any clumps, and there they are. They'll go away. Cornstarch, it would make more of a glazy sauce. It wouldn't be so much of a thick, rich, cheesy sauce. So, and there you go. Now it's getting so nice. I really don't know how much thinner I'd like it, or thicker I'd like it, but we'll see. We'll do a little bit, just a little. And then we're going to add our pasta, and we are done. I've already cooked my pasta. Now, if I was doing this in a SHTF or I was doing it on my stovetech, I would put the pasta right in my sauce and cook it all together. And I probably should have done that. It's just so windy out here that I didn't know if it would, how long it would take, because it's starting to cool down here. Okay, now I've got it where it's a nice consistency, I believe, and I'm going to add my pasta. So I've got my rigatoni. It's cooked al dente. That's a nice thing about these woks. Look at that. All you have to do is toss it, and that rigatoni is going to hold all that sauce and just say, hello, welcome to this pasta. And then any residual cooking that's done won't hurt a thing. And there you go. Now, I'm going to heat that through so the pasta gets hot again, because it's been run through, run under cold water. It's just shy of a pound. This is a big wok full of stuff. This is going to be leftovers for us for a while. So I'll bring you back when I plate it up. Okay guys, so I had to let my battery charge a little bit. I need to get a backup battery, it looks like. They don't hold a charge for very long when they're off and on the camera. So I just tinted the whole thing with foil. And now I'm going to grab a spoon so I can spoon this out. And oh, it just looks amazing. It smells delicious. I have the perfect thickness for my sauce and this pasta. Let's see. 3 meatballs is probably more than enough for me. So I'm probably, give me a little bit of pasta right there. Make it look pretty. And I went out and cut some more fresh parsley. I want to make sure I get some zucchini in that. And we'll cut some more parsley here to put on top. And look how pretty that is. Sometimes just putting together something that will make you happy, that uses up stuff in your refrigerator that you may not have gotten to if you didn't do it that way. And so let me zoom you in and let you take a look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a bite. First I want a bite of a mushroom and a piece of zucchini, because that's delicious. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's phenomenal. And then I'm gonna cut through a piece of a meatball. That is absolutely amazing. I think because I did the stock and then I added this really delicious beef that just has an amazing flavor to begin with to this, it just enriched the stock and the sauce that much more. So now I've got pasta and a piece of meatball. I'll go ahead and have a bite of that and see what I think. Can you see that? 'Cause that's delicious. Wow. Wow. That is over the top delicious. I'm going to share this tomorrow with friends, and my husband is going to love it. Anyway, man, those meatballs are perfect. And because that beef is so flavorful, being so good for you, that it actually has that extra layer of flavor. I didn't do much seasoning to that, just little herbs de Provence, some garlic, some truffle salt. I really didn't do much, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So I hope that it inspires you. Try something new. If you got some ground beef laying around, maybe try this dish. Go outside and cook it in a wok. It doesn't have to be Chinese to be in a wok, right? and step outside the box you're in. I step outside all the time, and so I hope that it inspires you enough to come back and see me again. If you like this, post it on your Facebook page, share it with your friends, and gosh, if you really like it, you can put it on your favorites. All right, guys, see you next time. God bless.